Tuesday, Delmarva. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon. We are your hosts of Coast Life. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo, and it may be Tuesday, but this is a busy weekend coming up here on coastal Delmarva. I mean, a lot of events going on around town. In fact, our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is going to tell us a little bit about what's going on. Maya?
That's right, Paige and Leah. There are so many events happening this weekend, including the 2023 Apple Scrapple Festival. Everybody on the coast knows it, and they love it, including myself. There's going to be games, there's going to be rides, there's going to be different vendors. So make sure you come out to the Apple Scrapple Festival. Proceeds even go to what is right behind me, the Bridgeville Public Library. There's so much in store and so many cool people to meet. Back to you, Paige and Leah.
Thanks, Maya. I know Apple Scrapple is going to be a great event this year. I mean, they only missed it, for COVID, and then they were kind of back in the full swing of things. So.
Right, exactly.
And I know our friends at the Parker Group are going to be out there as well.
So excited. I know we were talking Scrapple, yay or nay. A lot of people love it, so.
I am team yay Scrapple, although I do get some pushback from hardcore Scrapple lovers when I say I like turkey Scrapple.
I'm going to support you no matter what kind of Scrapple you like. From a non-Scrapple girly to a Scrapple girly.
It's a little bit leaner. Your girl wants to consider her health a little bit, even when eating Scrapple.
That's right. Summer bods are made in the winter, you guys. So
that's what they say.
Never stops.
But some technology that kind of caught our eye. I mean, we've talked a lot about the metaverse and social media and virtual reality and a lot of it and AI. And so much of it is kind of unknown and scary. But this just seems so lighthearted and fun. I really thought it was worth sharing. Google has created what they're calling the key cap. And it's meant to look like the top of a keyboard key.
Yeah, like one singular key. Yeah.
Like the letter B.
Mm-hmm. From your old chunky keyboard, not from your not from your smooth ones that they have nowadays.
Yeah, and so it's meant to, I guess it connects through Bluetooth to your phone, so you can type by just pointing your head a different way, and then when you're on the letter that you want, you hit the top of the head, and it types. It makes the key type sound.
So it sounds like, do you know how some phones have the I don't know what you call slide or swipe, but you just you don't have to pick your finger up if you're trying to spell. You just touch each letter on your phone. I love it.
I can't figure it out. I'm too old.
It's okay. Maybe this is good for you. Maybe. The only thing that cracks me up about this is isn't it so not helpful if you're out? Okay, I'm gonna type.
Well, so that's what I think this is really going to be the precursor to the next revolutionary step in technology. Now, I don't know that for sure. That's me just kind of spitballing. But I think, when you look at so much of the technology that we do hold every day in our hands, like cell phones, I mean, that is Star Trek, Jetsons technology that you sort of see in these sci-fi situations. And then people are so inspired, they create it themselves.
That's true.
So I feel like this, even though it kind of looks silly right now, might turn into something. You never know.
That's true. I kind of I think it's fun, it's lighthearted, and I imagine, I think they said it's in Japan right now.
That makes sense.
Or it's launching first, so I just imagine a bunch of people in Japan just do-do-do-do, bunk, boop, bunk. I think it's so cute.
It's cute. Yeah. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And maybe if you've got a tech wizard, that could be the sort of, I mean, I don't know that it's commercially ready, but sort of a gift inspiration.
Someone wants it.
Yes, but I say that because holiday season, right around the corner, maybe you've gotten an early start on your holiday shopping.
Yeah.
Shopping. You find it fun or stressful holiday time?
I love shopping. I love it. The only thing stressful is I spend too much money.
Yeah.
I mean, I put myself in that hole, though.
Nope, I do it too, but I'm with you. I love holiday shopping. I mean, I like getting amped. I play my Christmas music while I'm driving around. I'm I am looking for the perfect gift. I make it a goal every year to try to find a lot of my gifts locally. I mean, I try to get almost everybody something from a local place because there's, a lot of great local shopping to be had on coastal Delmarva.
Get your coffee on the way.
Yes.
Yes.
But there are some people that get stressed out by giving gifts, and they say that friends, coworkers, and children are the worst gift givers out there.
Children make sense. Let's be real.
Children make sense, but because they're your kids, or if you're a teacher, they're the kids in your classroom, you're gonna love whatever they give you.
Exactly. Yeah, it's cute, but of course, it's never useful. 99% of the time, it's not useful.
Yeah, because with kids, it really is the thought that counts. I think with friends and coworkers, if you know that your friend or coworker isn't great at giving gifts, that's okay.
Yeah.
And you're you know what? It is the thought that counts. But if they don't throw that disclaimer out there, it's thanks.
Yeah. I think I'm a good gift giver. I tend to, for the office, I'll bake or something like that. for if I'm going to like a Christmas party, I'll tend to bake or something. My go-to is like buying a nice new like a pie pan, for example, one that they can keep and then putting a pie in there.
Yeah.
So something like that. So I think if you're stressed out about gift giving, just go with what you know. Like I don't know a lot of video game stuff, right? That's what my fiance tends to like. So I just steer clear, or like gift card in that sense.
Yeah.
You know, as to where what I do know is baking, so I can do that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think with guy, like if you are giving a gift to a guy, it's gift cards don't seem as controversial as it is when you get them as a girl for some reason. I love gift cards.
I love gift cards.
Like I've never met somebody who doesn't love gift cards, but I know that I think that sort of stigma of like, oh, if you knew me better, you'd get me something specific that you know I like.
Right.
Whereas like guys are like, sweet, gift card.
I love gift cards. I do remember
too.
it was my birthday like years ago, and my fiance got me a Sephora gift card, and he goes, I went to Sephora. I was lost. I tried. So here, and I'm like, no, I would rather, because I don't want you to get the thing that's the wrong color or the wrong. Just let me
like
go
unless
shop.
they give you something specific from Sephora that you want, like the odds of getting it wrong are high.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm team gift card.
I love gift cards. Let me pick it out myself. I do see that a lot on TikTok, especially girls who are like, if you wanted to, he'd buy you the Dyson Airwrap. That's like $400. Relax. Just get a gift card and be happy.
Right.
Go shopping,
It's not that hard. But yes, there are some notoriously bad gift givers out there. But you know what? We applaud you. And if you ever need some help, tell us a little bit about the person you're shopping for. We can throw some suggestions your way. Like I said, I love shopping.
You want to get nostalgic?
Yeah.
That's how Leah and I met.
That's right.
Years ago. Shopping. It was shop. We were doing a piece, working at different places, a piece about holiday shopping and the best local finds, right?
Yeah, that's right. I did a whole article on like local gift shopping, and Paige interviewed me about it.
This is so nice.
Nostalgia.
I know. That was over 100 episodes ago. It was like it was a long time. It was pre-COASTLIFE.
It was, that was 2020. That would have been COVID Christmas.
Oh yeah, COVID. COVID Christmas, that's right.
That's right.
Well, thanks for reminiscing with us.
Yes, but we've got a great show coming your way.
Yeah.
Let's find out what's coming up on COASTLIFE.
Coming up next, we're satisfying your cravings with a COASTLIFE baking competition. Stay safe with Seaside Krav Maga's Get Home Safely tips. All that and more when COASTLIFE gets back.
COASTLIFE is brought to you by VB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
You're watching COASTLIFE, and we've introduced you to the Parker Group with Rachel and Dustin Parker in studio. But did you know that they serve areas of Kent and Sussex County? So we're going to take a tour of the buildings from the Parker Group. We're starting in Georgetown, so let's take a look inside. We're inside the Georgetown building for the Parker Group, and it's a beautiful building. I'm here with Hannah. Tell me a little bit about this building, because all things considered, it's fairly new, but you guys have done a great job with this.
Yeah, so we've built it in 2019, so it's about 4 years old now. It's kind of our headquarters for the company, and a lot of our agents spend a lot of time here working in our various office locations, and our staff is actually located here as well. So this is kind of our corporate headquarters.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's such a great vibe when you walk in. I mean, it's very welcoming. The staff is always very friendly, and there's a lot of celebration of the community as well, as you can kind of see on the mural behind us.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the artwork here.
Yeah, so we actually have 3 murals in our office, and they all kind of represent the areas we serve. So all of Delaware and a little bit into Maryland's Eastern Shore. So we have the actual state of Delaware and bridges, and then we've got a lot of farmland references, beach references. So you'll see that throughout.
Yeah, and you said that Georgetown, this one is sort of your headquarters for the company. Why is that? You guys really love the Georgetown community, right?
Yep, and it really just like center of the county that we kind of started and planted our roots here. So we just kind of grown from that, and it's pretty centrally located, and we do a lot in the Georgetown community. We help out with Habitat for Humanity a lot. So Georgetown is the perfect location to kind of just be in the center of that and be able to actually like reach the entire county.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about the team too, as people come in, who they're going to meet, whether it's somebody looking for their happy place that they want to make their forever loving home, or maybe they're looking to join the Parker Group team, and maybe these are their future coworkers.
Yeah, so like I said, our Georgetown location houses most of our staff actually. So you'll see our admin team, our marketing team, our accounting team, our broker works out of this office as well. So a lot of us are here, and then like I said, agents are in and out of the office as well. So if you're ever considering a career, we do also have agents in and out of the office all the time. So if you're whether you're looking for your happy place or a job, we are always in here.
Well, there's a little bit more to the Georgetown office, so we're going to head upstairs in just a second. One of the things that I think a lot of people, when they come to the office, will see a lot of the greenery and, of course, a lot of messaging. I mean, the happy place. We know we've talked to Rachel and Dustin about it in studio before and the COASTLIFE couch, but it really is something that you guys hold near and dear to your hearts with the Parker Group. And tell me a little bit about your sort of core values, your mission.
Yeah, so like she said, our mission statement is to help people find their happy place, whether that be in a career or in their new home or even in a new state. We really pride ourselves on making it a really comfortable and enjoyable experience rather than just a purchase of a home or a sale of a home. And in doing so, we kind of focus on local. We really enforce local, and we try to use local businesses and local vendors. And then in doing so, we also have a really technology-based approach, and we utilize the highest technology that we possibly can throughout the process.
You had mentioned mortgages downstairs. What are some of the advantages to having someone on site who can help walk people through that with the Parker Group?
Yeah, so a lot of times our real estate agents actually pair their listing appointment or buyer consultation with a mortgage consultation because many clients need both services, and sometimes it's easier to connect the two, and you can kind of figure out how the two are related and how they work together. So having a loan officer in our office most days, it's really been beneficial to our clients especially.
Awesome. Well, Hannah, this has been great, and the Georgetown office isn't the only place we have to get to. We're taking a trip to Milford next. We're here with Megan now, and one thing that I've noticed about each of these offices is they're all really unique and they're all really interesting, whether it's brand new or we're taking a more historical approach, and that's kind of what we have here in the Milford office. Tell me a little bit about the building.
Yeah, so this is one of the Milford historic landmark buildings. So when we moved into this office, which just opened this year, we really were trying to keep some of that historic character while modernizing the space. So we do have, similar to the Georgetown office, we have that mural, and then we have the original ceiling that got painted, but we did put in, new floors, new office spaces, stuff like that.
Yeah, and sort of being in downtown Milford, I mean, this is sort of the heart of the Milford community. You guys are surrounded by amazing businesses. You're also, you partake in several local events too. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're here all the time. So for things like Third Thursday, Riverfest, St. Patrick's Day, we had a big event. And then the upcoming Halloween parade will be here October 18th. We have a float in the parade, and the office will be open as well.
Yeah, there's a heartbeat in Milford for sure. Well, we still have one more location to check out, so we're going to be headed to Lewis on the way. As you can see, the Parker Group has locations all throughout Kent and Sussex County, so if you're looking for your dream home, you'll be able to find it throughout those two areas. And our final stop is now in downtown Lewis. I'm here with James Riddle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing really well. So this is, right at the top of 2nd Street. You turn onto 2nd Street and bam,
right
there you are. So tell me about this office space a little bit. It's really unique.
Yeah, so the office is available by appointment only in the fall and winter, but it is the home for our luxury division. It's in the Walsh building, built by William Walsh back in 1930. We share it with the Lewis Oyster House, just right next door, which is a local favorite.
Yeah, it's, I think it's sort of being tied to something, or at least right next door to a local favorite. I know the Parker Group is so invested in the community and giving back to the community. And
Yes.
I know you just started with the group. How are you liking it so far?
I'm loving it. And the Get Local initiative, which is a big piece of what you're talking about, is a big piece. And basically that started with Dustin and Rachel just interviewing a bunch of local businesses, restaurants specifically, and getting them out there to the demographic that the Parker Group works with.
I know you guys are always out and about in the community. You're going to be out at Apple Scrapple Festival, which is coming up this weekend, and you guys have a lot going on there, right?
Yeah, we do. We are actually raffling off a new Blackstone grill, as well as raffling off we are giving away 5 agent scholarships to new agents. So if you or you know someone who is looking to get into the real estate industry, come stop by, see us, enter the raffle, and we'd be happy to talk all things real estate with you.
Awesome. And they really are a great group. Again, like we said, you just started and you're already having a great time.
Yes.
So if you're interested, definitely check it out. But don't go too far. We do have more COASTLIFE coming your way, so stay right there.
This segment of COASTLIFE was brought to you by the Parker Group.
Well, a lot of times when you're working with a first responder, it can often be maybe a really scary or sad time in your life.
Can be, for sure.
But on Delmarva, the great news is this Thursday, there's a time when you can interact with your 911 center, your first responders, and it's all for a good cause. So to talk to us a little bit more about that, we have Joe Thomas with Sussex County EOC. That's the Emergency Operations Center, right?
Yes.
Amazing. All right, so Joe, just tell us first what you all do, what the 911 Center does. Just take us through that a little bit.
First of all, thank you for having me.
Of course.
The 911 Center, we handle all the emergency 911 calls for the county with the exception of one area, which is Rehoboth Beach. They actually have their own dispatch center within the police department. We 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we have dispatchers on duty to answer your call for help. As we always say, we hope you never have to use us, but we're there in case you do.
That's incredible. I've always been curious what a dispatcher does. Like, how does it get from someone calling 911 to a first responder?
So the person calls 911, dispatcher picks up, say, Sussex County 911, do you need police, fire, ambulance? And at that point, whatever you say, they go through a scripted set of questions. That first thing we ask is, what's your address? Is the patient with you? Are they conscious? Are they breathing? And each one of these questions sends us down a different path of questioning so that we try to determine what it is that's wrong with you, and as well as the priority, what's the severity, so whether or not we need to send just the ambulance, whether we need to send the paramedics with the ambulance. If it's a trauma call, we'll send the police, fire, EMS, we'll send it all. So that's the process, and that call processing takes about a minute to a minute and a half.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure it feels longer in that minute and a half, but it's very, I mean, it's intense work.
One of the biggest things that we hear is from the public is when they call and they have to use our service is, just send me help, and we're asking questions. Well, what they don't know is that within the first 15, 20 seconds, as soon as we have an address, one of the other dispatchers is dispatching help while we're still asking questions.
You know, this all sounds scary like we mentioned, but we did say it's a good cause coming up, something exciting and fun coming up. You guys have a great event happening. Tell us what's going on.
So we've been doing this for over 20 years. We actually bring in the 5th grade students from around the county. We invite all the schools, and it's just a day of learning. We have all of our public safety partners there, Delaware State Police, local police. We have forestry, fire marshal, paramedics, EMS, fire companies. We do a canine demonstration. When I say we, I'm not the one doing it, but the law enforcement agencies do that, and that's a huge hit with the kids. And we focus on the 5th grade. The 5th grade seems to be the right age group where they take away the knowledge and then take away what the message we're trying to give them.
Sure, and that's because Thursday is 911 Awareness Day, right? And I think it's one of those things that, 911, it's a number you've had memorized since probably your first day of school, but maybe by the time you hit 5th grade, you can maybe start thinking about, oh, I want to do this when I grow up, or even just like you start to kind of rationalize the steps of what it needs to take when you need to call 911.
Absolutely, and there's a couple different things that happen. So one, the 5th grade, years ago, there was a program called DARE.
Yep.
I remember DARE.
And that was the 5th grade is where that happened. So when the DARE program, I don't want to say fell off, but it just wasn't as prominent, we stuck with that age group because we figured that was the best group. And like I said before, and then them coming in and they get to stand right next to a state police trooper, a firefighter, a paramedic. They can ask all kinds of questions, and we hope that hopefully they'll take away and go, you know what, that's what I want to do.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that people don't think about that goes with 911 dispatch. Would you say there's any kind of big misconception, or is there something that you really want people to know?
I think the biggest thing is that we want the people to understand that we understand that when you call, that's the worst day of your life. And the people on the other end of the phone are your first point of contact with public safety, and we're going to do everything we can to get you the right service as quickly as we can. And don't get frustrated with the questions. We're asking questions so we know what level of service to send, and that's really the big message.
So we know Thursday is the day. What about the when and where can people show up to participate in this great event?
So Thursday morning, we'll be open by 9 a.m. That's when the school buses start rolling in. We've got about 750 5th graders coming.
Wow. Great.
We are open to the public. This coming Thursday, starting at 9 a.m. at the Sussex County Emergency Operations Complex, 21911 Rudder Lane in Georgetown. It's literally right in front of the airport. So if you go to the coastal airport, you'll be there.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Awesome, Joe. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here and for teaching us all of this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. Hey, we have some more Coast Life coming your way. A lot more to get to today, so stay right where you are. We'll be right back. Leah, do you have a favorite get home safely tip? We've had a lot of them.
We have had a lot of them, but I think the one that like I've already seen myself kind of implementing the most is just that like situational awareness, being aware of your surroundings, things like parking under the street lights, things like, you know, just not putting yourself in situations that you know could be potentially dangerous off the bat. That's not to say that there aren't situations that could turn dangerous unexpectedly, but to even kind of just the way you navigate the world, I think I've changed the way that I do so.
That's great.
Since these safety tips with Seaside Krav Maga.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's arguably, I mean, we can ask Chris and Ted, but I would say that's the most important one because that's where it starts. You know, so I would say the same thing. I've started trying to recognize what street name I'm on, not just following my maps here and there. So we have more Get Home Safely tips for you starting today. This one's going to get into more combatives with intent and some intensity. So they're going to explain what that means. Take a look.
I'm Chris Anderhagen.
And I'm Ted Dabbs, and we're here at Seaside Krav Maga in Lewis, Delaware with some more tips on how to get you home safely.
Today we're going to talk about working with intent or intensity and what that may mean. We've all watched too many TV shows, you know, where they throw one punch and everything is beautiful. That's not what intensity is. Intensity is, I'm holding Ted's head underwater. He can't breathe. How badly does he want to get up?
Yeah, Chris, when we talk about violence and surviving a violent situation, you really have to work with intensity. And a lot of times it's hard for people to do that if they haven't trained or haven't practiced striking and hitting a target. But intensity really comes down to fighting for your life.
It's a mindset. It's, I need to do this or I won't get home safely. And here at Seaside Krav, we give you the ability to do it without hurting yourself or someone else. We have suits, we have pads, and I want people to go, it's like they're crazy. They're going so hard. And then at the end, we can critique it and see what worked, what didn't work, because maybe they stepped offline when they didn't need to. But we need to get people to work at that level if they want to get home safely.
For sure.
And Paige, you know, a lot of times when we go there, they'll say intent and intensity when you're in those situations because, I mean, one thing that it's always scary to think about when you are training with them, but they will tell you that like the person who has you, their intent is to harm you. So you've got to hit with intensity. You're not playing patty cake with the bad guy.
I think that's what they always get frustrated at me with. They're not actually frustrated. In my head they are because it's hard for me to get intense with them and get really hard, but they say, hit me. They let it happen.
Yeah, it is hard because they are so nice and they're so professional and friendly, and you're like, oh, it's my buddies, Chris and Ted, but like you don't want to hit them too hard. But I think sometimes, especially when they gear up and like put the helmet on, and suddenly when I can't see your face, it's game over.
It is game on at that point.
But yeah, they definitely aren't kidding when they say, you know, they scare you into it a little bit. But it's important to know that like if you're not fighting with intensity and to the very end, you know, you might not be making it home safely. It's
true. It's the harsh reality of it. So especially our ladies watching, I hope you've at least called them or checked out their Facebook page, Seaside Krav Maga. Don't forget they're in Lewis. So I really hope you've done that already. And if not, just take the time right now. Yeah. We are going to take a quick commercial break. So you can do that. And coming up, it's a special, I'm not going to say holiday, but holiday of sorts, Leah.
Yeah, that's right. Today's National Cake Decorating Day. So we're going to put our skills to the test. Coming up on COASTLIFE. Stay right there.
This segment of Coast Life was brought to you by Seaside Krav Maga.
You guys probably know this already, but October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Maybe you're seeing more pink everything around Delmarva. And with us today, we have two very special guests who are focusing on not only really fighting breast cancer, but all types of cancer. So to explain more, we have Carol here with us with Fighting Pretty and Mandy with Big Oyster. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Of course, you guys do something really incredible. You're really helping give back to those affected by cancer in our community. First, if you don't mind, Carol, just telling us about Fighting Pretty, what is it for people who don't know?
Fighting Pretty is a nonprofit that is very near and dear to my heart. It was started in 2013, and we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Wow. But the backstory is that Kara was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2009, and she received a pair of boxing gloves from a family friend. when my best friend received the message that my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2011, she asked, what could I do for Jenny to help her through her journey? She then spoke to Kara, and Kara said, don't worry, I'm going to go ahead and send something off to Jenny. Kara sent my sister the first pair of gloves that Kara received from her family friend, and my sister received them in 2011. She then hung them over her bedside to make her remember to feel strong and pretty and to fight. That pair of gloves stayed within our family and was passed around to my best girl, Dorothy, then to my mom, Jan, then to my mother-in-law, Sandy, and then they went back to my sister, Jenny, when she was re-diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. After that, I put the gloves in a shadow box, which you can go online and read all about the story of that. And you can see the actual pair of gloves that are still in the offices of Fighting Pretty in Oregon. The pair of gloves are very special to me, and Fighting Pretty is a nonprofit that will always be in my heart and my soul, and it is the reason why Fighting Pretty is a part of our lives now.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you for sharing that story. I know it's not easy. And some good news for people on Delmarva who want to be a part of this and give back. You're partnering with Big Oyster Brewery. You have some fun, I guess you can guess it, beer coming out. So let's talk about that. What is this partnership, and how are you supporting and bringing awareness to breast cancer?
Yeah, so last year we did a fundraiser with Fighting Pretty, and this year we're doing it bigger and having a 5K.
Nice.
So October 15th, 5K and fundraiser for Fighting Pretty, and we're releasing a limited edition of our Mexican lager with lime juice in it, Shock Cancer. So.
Nice.
Shock cancer. Yeah, let's enunciate that. Shock cancer. That's amazing. I love that. Don't want anyone getting upset. So people can run this 5K and then maybe go get a glass or a can of Shuck Cancer afterwards?
Yep, it'll be on tap and in cans as well. So, and your registration comes with a free beer afterwards as well.
Nice.
If you do the 5K.
So, of course, this raises my money and support for Fighting Pretty. So, Carol, where does that money go once you get that?
The money, thank you for asking. The money goes towards sending women all over the world, men too, pretty packages to help them feel strong and beautiful. So the nice thing about the packages is it goes immediately to the patients that are in cancer treatment, and they are immediately feeling the strength to stay positive and fight the good fight.
Yeah, because that's a powerful thing too, just staying positive
through
an experience like that. And I mean, I think it's also important to emphasize too, October, we think breast cancer, but the Fighting Pretty fights all cancers.
We all cancers. If you go online to look at all the different packages, we do the strength and beauty packages, which are a wonderful thing that we put in hospitals, and then you can create your own pretty box that you can, send to your loved one or your friend or colleague.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
So if people are either going through cancer treatments, or they have a family member or friend who's going through cancer treatments, how can they send somebody these boxes?
All they need to do is go on to fightingpretty.org, and there's a tab there that you can create all the special box or just one that's already prepackaged.
That's incredible, great. And if they want to get involved in this 5K and this fundraising event, how soon should they register? And also, how long can they get this beer for?
So you can register now up until the event. The beer will be coming out the day of the 5K, and it'll be around as long as it is available, as long as it lasts.
Probably not too long.
Probably not too long.
And you can register for the event the day of the event.
Good to know.
So it's open for everybody, and dogs and kids, everybody. We want everybody to come out and support Fighting Pretty with Big Oyster Brewery and make it a really great day.
Well, everybody gets affected by a cancer diagnosis, so it's important to invite everybody out to help fight it.
That's correct.
Definitely. Well, thank you both so much for what you're doing for our community. And I think this is going to speak to a lot of people who either want to get involved in the 5K or maybe they know someone that they want to send a box to.
Right.
So great.
And
thank
so
you.
just if you're listening and you want to reach out, you can reach out directly to us, and we can make sure the packages get out to the community as soon as possible.
Perfect. And we'll make sure to link all that too on our website as well to make it easier for people to find. Great. Well, Carol and Mandy, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much for having us.
Of course, we're looking forward to this event. It's going to be really incredible, you guys. We have more to tell you about, though, that's happening in your community in just a moment. We'll be right back. You may have seen some figures like this all around Georgetown. I know, kind of. Some are spooky, some are funny. Those are just scarecrows.
Yes.
All fun scarecrows all around Georgetown right now. So a group in Georgetown, Leah, called Arts and Flowers, they do this thing every year where they invite businesses to put kind of unique, I guess you could say, scarecrows all around the town. How cute are they?
Fun, they're so cute. And I mean, we've talked at length about how many talented artists there are around coastal Delmarva. I think this is a very good testament to that. I mean, arts and flowers, two of my favorite things.
It's exactly right. So the group has so much fun. These scarecrows are out in Georgetown right now, and they're going to be getting judged. And again, these are some artistic people, maybe some not so artistic people, putting these scarecrows together. So we're going to show you a little look at these scarecrows around Georgetown right now and let you know where you can see them. So check this out.
My favorite part is going around town because I learned something. As a newcomer to town, I learned something different about the town. For example, the public works people do a fantastic job. So I said, who did this? So then I got to learn about what public works, more than I knew before I was on council, about what people do in town. Who are the people of town? And so when I first moved here, I just enjoyed getting out of the house. It gives you a reason, a destination to go and see the different scarecrows, what they mean, who put them together.
Mary Lou Barmby with Arts and Flowers says the easiest way to see all of the scarecrows is start at the Georgetown Circle. Then you can go up and down each of the 4 streets that surround the circle, kind of like a cross.
I think everybody enjoys coming through the town and seeing the scarecrows. It brightens up our town.
There are tributes to favorite movie characters and favorite celebrities. This is Harry Scary Crow Styles.
Originality and good taste and fun. I think the common thing is people get really excited about competition, and so they bring out stuff. For example, the one down on Bedford is a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, who passed away this year. And there's a plate. I'm sure that belongs to somebody's collection. But they bring out all the stuff from home to put with their scarecrows. And it's just fantastic to see the spirit among business people, homeowners, nonprofit organizations, and anyone who joins to become part of the contest.
The rules for businesses and organizations are simple.
Okay, it must be a scarecrow, first and foremost. It has to be creative. It has to be unique, colorful, and those are the things that I'm looking for.
A panel of artists will judge each scarecrow this week to decide the big winner. But these will be up all October for you to enjoy and judge yourself.
All right, Coast Life, today, if you didn't know, is apparently National Cake Decorating Day.
These days are always so random, but I love them.
I know.
So
and
fun.
we've been keeping an eye on them so that we can celebrate appropriately.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're fall is in full swing. We're decorating these cakes. We figured that today we wanted to kind of celebrate fall with these cakes. So, yes, we know they're half decorated already, but we're gonna do the more fun stuff. All right, we're gonna really pick a theme here, I guess, and we're gonna see who makes the better cake.
I think we're gonna focus a little bit on like some of our favorite things about fall with our own personal touches to them.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I guess before we jump into it, do you have any thoughts on what you're gonna be doing?
I think I'm gonna go. Hey, I've talked before, my favorite candy corn are the pumpkin ones. So I'm gonna do a little ode to them with maybe a little pumpkin patch action.
Cute.
Yeah, what about you?
I like it. Well, I saw this cake and it is very green.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought was football field.
Fall football.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So I guess let's kind of jump into decorating these cakes,
Perfect.
shall we?
I always bring a hair tie because I need to put my hair up.
I know, and I always forget to. Oh, we're
It's
already
okay.
getting a mess on the table.
Well, your hair's gonna look nice. Mine's gonna look a little crazy.
Hair's gonna be in the cake. Is what's gonna happen.
Alrighty, here we go.
All right.
Actually, I'm gonna mess around with the icing first because we did not put this icing on, so it's a little hard. They've been in the fridge.
All right, I think I'm gonna do the yard lines. I had to refresh my memory if they went all the way across the field or not. They do.
They do. You always know until
They do, in fact.
Yeah, until the pressure's on, and then I always forget. You know, you can forget what things look like. It makes sense. What is your favorite type of cake, Leah?
Ooh, that's a good question. I guess I do love a good cheesecake.
Ooh, that's a great answer.
If that's an appropriate answer.
No, that's perfect.
What about you?
German chocolate cake is my favorite, but I love any kind of chocolate cake.
Yeah, I don't think I've met a cake I don't like, actually.
Which these are chocolate, so.
Yes, these are both cool.
Yeah. I actually think this is a good idea, getting the pre-made, though, like just icing cakes for families.
That's what, yeah.
If they want to do this
kids
today.
that way, you don't have to worry about like you don't have to wait for the cake to finish. Cooling.
Yeah,
that's the word.
If mom wants to do a fun activity with her kids today, you don't have to bake the whole cake and ice it yourself.
Yeah, you can just pick up a couple of things and go crazy with it. It's kind of fun.
I'm trying to use the green sprinkles to look like the grass or something at the pumpkin patch.
Oh, cute.
But I don't know if it came out that way.
I think it did.
Okay, cool.
It looks really good. We can't be talking football without also talking Taylor Swift these days.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do a little pink football for her, our girl.
Oh, okay, so I was gonna, I don't know if my idea is gonna work out. I'm just gonna try it. Okay. I thought I had a really good idea, but I was imagining this cake a lot bigger than it is.
Okay, so I got my pink football.
Wait, it looks like a football.
Does it?
Yeah, it's cute.
Good. A little bit glittery.
Cute. Girly.
Girly.
Thank you.
Fun. I guess I'll use blue, and that will be, we'll do a 13 on there, because that's her lucky number.
Cute.
Haha.
This got really bad at the end. Oh no.
This may look like your kid did the numbers. There we go. A
That's
football
so
Taylor Swift
cute.
cake.
I'm almost done.
For all your girly football crossovers,
That's
your
so
Swiftie
cute.
football crossovers.
Oh, I like the, I'm really messing up just the last word. Pump.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
cute.
So, it's supposed to say, welcome to the CL Pumpkins, Coast Life Pumpkins. But I was looking at Leah when I started writing pumpkins at the end.
But it's cute.
Thank you.
I love the green sprinkles. I thought that was a great idea.
Thank you. Maybe I'll go over the white with blue. Welcome to CL Pumpkins. It's our pumpkin patch.
The welcome looks fantastic.
Thank you. I was like watching you. I'm like, you're doing so well. And then I'm like, oh, I messed up.
So there you go. Celebrate National Cake Decorating Day. Like we said, I think buying these little pre-made cakes is a great idea if you are going to do so with your kids. And that way, all they have to do is the top decorations, and it's nice and easy.
That's right. And no one's going to care in the office, at least, what these look like, because they're going to be able to eat them.
Exactly. And they're going to taste great.
Exactly. So send us pictures of yours and let us know whose you like better. Not that it's a contest, but
it's not a contest.
It was going to be a contest.
But if it was, I won. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you did though.
We still have a little bit more Coast Life to get to.
Leah, you're a Dungeons and Dragons girl.
I am.
I love me some whiskey. So this is kind of like the two things.
This is our worlds colliding.
Yes, two things coming together. Dungeons and Dragons whiskey.
Hey.
Check it out. Are you like proud of this? Like, is your nerd coming out like, yeah?
Yeah, well, so this was also sort of on the list of things. Remember last week we were talking about like industries that millennials revived?
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons had made that list that people were talking about, that like in the 80s, obviously, it was huge.
Yeah.
And then 90s, 2000s, nobody ever wanted to admit that they played Dungeons and Dragons. And like, I think because of things like Stranger Things, like where suddenly being sort of the nerdy outcast kid became a little bit more popular, Dungeons and Dragons made a comeback.
Here
so
you go.
I'm here for it. I mean, I think half the fun of playing Dungeons and Dragons is sitting with your friends, eating snacks, drinking beers and whiskey. This would be the perfect combination.
For $150, which I mean, it's not like your average bottle of whiskey, but it's it's not expensive, as expensive as I would have thought.
Yeah, and when you think about like how often you do or don't play Dungeons and Dragons, for most adults out there, you really only end up playing once, maybe twice a month.
Yeah.
So like this, it's a special occasion whiskey.
I think it's cool. I think I always thought of Dungeons and Dragons as super nerdy. I'll admit it. I'm like, who plays? And now, lately I'm like, well, wait a minute. I love dragons. I love fantasy world. So maybe we'll have to get this whiskey.
I mean, when you think about it, when you were a kid and you played pretend, like Dungeons and Dragons is just grown-up pretend with a storyline.
I love it. I think this is really cool. So it comes out in November. If you get it, if you drink a little whiskey while playing, let us know if you like it.
Yeah.
I might have to splurge for Christmas.
I think we should start our COASTLIFE Dungeons and Dragons game.
That will go really crazy. That will
I think
go
it would be very, very fun.
Yeah, awesome.
But it is about that time for